Tech videos go viral all the time, but are they actually helpful or just hype? In this video, we're reacting to 5 viral tech clips to break down what's real, what's clickbait, and what you really need to know.
All right, let's begin.
If illegal activities of any kind is going to be involved when you invite me out, I am not the type of friend you invite out to that situation. Oh, Jay, you need to relax. It's not that deep. We're just going to be having a little fun. No. You know the type of questions they be asking you when you're trying to get a security clearance? They want you to remember your childhood best friend from elementary school, write their contact information down, the home address, the phone number, everything, immediately, quickly. The person you lived with 5 years ago, they want you to have that on file. Where have you lived within the past 10 years? They want you to have that on file. Oh, you got foreign friends? Yeah, that's an extra 10 pages. And that's just for the regular clearance. Let's hope you're not one of them high-level people that they flying down so you can get strapped up to a chair and they can answer you yes, no, true or false questions. No, I'm not the type of friend you invite out for those type of activities. I'm sorry. I like having opportunities for a job. I never know where a job may come. I don't want to eliminate no options. So, yeah, I'm just not the one you invite. That's just me.
I agree with him, especially if you are in the business of GovTech or if you want to transition into GovTech.
Yeah, he's leaving all the fields open. So that is something for everybody to keep in mind. Like, if you want to potentially work for the government in the future, you want to make sure that your record stays clean.
Yes. Not only that, for him and specifically, he already, I'm not sure, but he seems to know he wants to be in GovTech. He wants to have a clearance.
He knows where the economy is. That's the point he's making.
Exactly, because when you are trying to get a clearance, or when you're trying to keep your clearance, because your clearance needs to be renewed, depending on the clearance. Sometimes most of the clearance need to be renewed every 5 years, and they are asking you the same questions over again. So depending on who you hang out with, what you smoke, where you go, the friends you keep, all these things are important. And
they'll ask you to disclose all of them, so that is completely true.
Yeah, so it's completely true. It's completely fair, especially if you want to be in GovTech, transition in GovTech, or stay in GovTech. This is very true and very important to do that. All right, next video.
Since nobody talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Why aren't more people getting into IT? Specifically, the government side of IT. This is one of the very few industries you can make 6 figures plus with no college degree at all. And you never got to worry about getting paid because, you know what I'm saying? It's the government. Uncle Sam got big motion. Big motion. And the job security is insane. Like, I never got to worry about losing my job. And the only thing you really need to get in is a security clearance and one certification called CompTIA Security Plus. Nobody talks about this side of IT. They're always hiring, and you'll pretty much almost never get fired.
So first of all, that was pre-Doge.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to this, but this is not all true. First of all, there's a lot he said in there. He said you only need a security plus and a security clearance. In today's economy, you need more than that. You need to have skills to actually look for jobs that are mission critical.
Yeah.
And what mission critical basically means is the job you're doing is important enough where a process like Doge is not just gonna delete it away. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? So you need more than a security plus to have those type of jobs. So yes, the government is always hiring. By the way, despite all you hear now, the government is actively hiring because the government is growing. There are jobs that needs to be filled. So it's
jobs
true.
are changing.
Yeah. So that's true. But what he's saying about only needing a security plus to get in, I don't think terribly
It's
accurate.
accurate. It's not accurate.
Yeah, so it's half on this one, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
The Security Plus certification is not going to save you. I passed the Security Plus certification over a year ago, and I'm going to share with you guys some of the most common misconceptions about this certification. Now, just because you passed the Security Plus, that does not mean you're guaranteed a full-time job after. The cybersecurity job market is so competitive right now, so you need to find ways to differentiate yourself. On top of that, the Security Plus certification is all theoretical, so you'll need to find ways to demonstrate your skills. And that's when things like personal projects and hands-on advanced level certifications really come into play. The Security Plus is now considered only a starting point, and now it's one of the many basic requirements in order to even get considered for a full-time cybersecurity job. So continue learning and find a way to translate your skills onto your resume through projects and advanced level certifications.
I agree 100% with what he says. Actually, I can go even further and say no one certification is going to save you. Not Security Plus, not RHCSA. It's important. And they are important for different reasons. For example, Security Plus, to me, it's a certification that's more important for the managerial requirement for the government. Administrative requirement.
It's a checkbox, right?
Yeah. And it's very, like he said, it's very theoretical. You are not going to be hired to go do some for a technical job with only a Security Plus. And he's right about add more skills, which is what we advocate at Yellowtail Tech. Yeah, you need a Security Plus, you need RHCSA, you need Terraform, you need to have, the set of skills necessary.
You have to have done a lot of practical things that you can talk about, that you can actually write about in your resume.
Yeah, so I 100% agree with him, and I would go further and say no one certification will ever save you in tech. All right, next one.
I don't know where everybody got this idea from of trying to go straight into cybersecurity, but please stop doing it. Cybersecurity is not an entry-level role. If you have no experience whatsoever, and if you do not have a government security clearance, you're not going straight into cybersecurity. I hate to break it to you. What you should be doing is trying to land your first IT role, whether it's a help desk role or whether it's a system administrator role. And the best way to do that is by getting the Security Plus, getting you a help desk role, or getting the Security Plus and the Red Hat Certified Sysadmin certification and getting a junior Linux sysadmin role. These two positions will allow you to gain experience, gain knowledge of just how the tech industry works in general, and build your experience up at the same time. So if you stay in these roles for 6 to 8 months, get experience, get more certifications, and then jump into a cybersecurity role, you'll have way more success. I've seen people jump into cybersecurity after working in help desk for only 6 months. Trust me, this works.
Yeah, I agree with her. Cybersecurity in general is not an entry-level role.
It's actually very specialized.
Very specialized. Unless you try to go into a non-technical part of cybersecurity where you're doing things like documentations and
policy writing, but
policy writing, which has its own issues to break into.
Yeah, you're not gonna write. It sounds like it's documentation, but it's policy, and you're not gonna be allowed to write policy
if you don't
have deep knowledge,
super deep knowledge about security in general. So yeah. I do agree. Cybersecurity, it's I don't know why, but it's going out there that I know why. It's because there are a lot of cybersecurity risk, cybersecurity concerns, and cybersecurity jobs.
Exactly.
But it's not necessarily easy to get them.
They're not entry level.
They're not necessarily entry level. So I do agree. You do need more introductory training, more base knowledge to actually be qualified for those jobs. And the best way to do that is with help desk, with system administration, understand Linux, and so on and so forth. Because those environments you're gonna be either protecting, either investigating, they run on other things. They run on Linux. They run on Microsoft. You have to understand the whole infrastructure in order to secure an infrastructure. You see, that's what people don't get. For you to secure something, you have to know it very well, inside out. There's no way you can secure a building if you don't know what's going on in the building, right? You don't know all the exits. You don't know all the details, the different systems. How are you gonna secure that? So that's how I want people to understand cybersecurity. Look at it as a building engineer. The building engineer is the person who knows the most about the building. So that's why they have that job, you know? So it's definitely not an entry-level job. So I do agree with Simone on this. All right, last one.
I cannot believe people are trying to get into IT without learning Linux. If you want a serious career in tech, let me show you why Linux is a must-have skill. Whether you're looking to get into networking, cybersecurity, or cloud computing, Linux is everywhere. And if you don't know it, you're already behind. I'm Kevin, a network engineer with 15 years of experience, and trust me, understanding Linux will open doors to your IT career. Linux is the backbone of the internet. Over 96% of the top 1 million web servers runs on Linux. Every time you visit a website, stream a video, or even use ChatGPT, there's a Linux server handling that traffic in the background. If you work in IT, networking, or cybersecurity, you're going to run into Linux, whether you like it or not. Networking and Linux go hand in hand. A huge chunk of enterprise routers, firewalls, and cloud infrastructure are built on Linux-based systems. If you're touching Cisco, Juniper, AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, knowing Linux will make troubleshooting and configuration way easier. And when it comes to debugging networks, some of the most powerful tools like TCP dump, Netstat, and Wireshark run best on Linux. But it's not just networking. Cybersecurity professionals use Kali Linux for penetration testing. Cloud engineers rely on Linux to manage virtual machines and containerize applications. And if you're automating anything with Ansible or scripting with Python, chances are you're working in a Linux environment. Now, you don't have to be a Linux guru overnight, but you should be at least comfortable with basic commands. Navigating the file system, managing processes, checking logs, and editing config files are all part of the everyday IT work. The good news? You can start learning Linux for free with a virtual machine or a cloud instance. And the skills you gain will carry over across every IT and networking job you'll ever have. Linux just isn't optional anymore. It's a foundational skill for IT, networking, and cybersecurity. And the sooner you learn it, the better your career prospects will be.
So what do you think?
I agree with him. I think we should teach Linux at schools.
This is what we've been preaching to everyone who can hear, who want to stop and hear it for the past 10 years. Linux is the base knowledge. If you're gonna get into tech in general, learning Linux, even if you don't necessarily want to become a Linux system administrator, I've always said, understand Linux. Learning Linux is always a good investment to make. What do you think?
I agree. And that's why even in colleges, the curriculum for software engineers usually includes 1 or 2 Linux classes, and like Linux security or system security in general.
Yep, that's what I've been telling you all for the past 10 years. Learning Linux, even if you don't plan on becoming a Linux system administrator, is gonna help your tech transition, your tech job in general. Yep. So that's it. These are the 5 videos. Some of them are half true, and some of them to me are completely on point.
Most are on point, I would say.
Yeah.